he's going to compliment you the entire time. He might be a little fresh.
The keystone in the arch of Star Wars.
But, you know, I'm not going to say no to George Lucas.
Right. Sorry, I'm getting like emotional.
And you got this hulking, scary dude with the big nose and the perfect hair.
I understand. This is a safe space. This is a safe space between you and I and all of your viewers.
Cassie and Jim on the beach, and people are like, no. I can literally hear people go, no.
Rogue One was awesome. I love the Han Solo movie, and then of course I love The Mandalorian.
And like getting to talk to fans face to face and learn their names and just, you know, get to hear their stories.
And the world of Star Wars, there's a bunch of people who look different and are different species. There's lizard men, there's psychic baby swamp monsters.
I joke that the best thing about writing Princess Leia is everybody knows who she is, and the worst thing about writing Princess Leia is everyone knows who she is.
And also you get Ewoks, and I am definitely a lover of Ewoks.
You're listening to Around the Galaxy.
Yes, it's a good thing. It's a great thing.
Well, welcome to Around the Galaxy, the Star Wars fan talk show. I am your host, Pete Fletzer. Well, good news, bad news. There is no episode this week. We're actually kind of officially between seasons. You know, for the first time in 2 years, we've taken the week off. And yet, look, I can't get away, but I did want to come by. We're still kind of recovering from last week's super mega show. For those of you that joined us, holy cow, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for being a part of that. And I've gone back and watched clips from it. That show was exactly kind of what I've always kind of had in mind for what Around the Galaxy should really be about. That was so much fun. And again, thank you to all of you who joined us for that super mega show. I thought I would take this week off, though, to share some really exciting news about the show. For those of you who may or may not know, Around the Galaxy launched on April 19th of 2019. And I think actually some of you who are in the chat right now were with us on that day for that show. And that's amazing. But over the last 2 years, Around the Galaxy has been, you know, just a podcast. It's been a podcast with a YouTube channel. It's been a live video stream followed by a podcast. It's been all kinds of different iterations in between. And you know what? Over the time that we've gone through these changes, I've learned, you know, a number of lessons about myself and about the show. So beginning with the next season of Around the Galaxy, which will be next Tuesday, the first episode, and I'll share with you who that guest is going to be in just a moment. We're going to have a new and different way to bring you the show. First of all, and really, really important, this has no effect on the Beyond the Blast Doors network, other than the fact that I'm not officially going to be part of it anymore. I won't be a part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network. We're still all great friends, and I'm sure we're going to collaborate just as much as we ever have. You know, in fact, quite honestly, over this past year, building Beyond the Blast Doors network. I see I've been gone a day and I've already forgotten how to say it. But building the Beyond the Blast Doors network with Scotty and Jerry and David and Andy and Josh, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing year. I've built friendships with those guys. They're like brothers to me. And quite frankly, you know, this past year of pandemic, without that sort of outlet, without building those friendships, it would have been a much different year. So thank you so much to those guys. But, you know, first and foremost, Around the Galaxy has always been a sort of long form one-on-one discussion. And so as such, I think it kind of lends itself to a slightly different model. Like any hobby, though, I do it because I love it. And I love the interactions with all of you, those of you who are hanging out with us in the chat right now. And there's, before before I go too far, I got to go in and see who's with us here in the chat. It's a ton of people, and I'm going to miss some of you. We got Jared, we got Raven, we got JD, we got Broaxium, we got Jackson. Did I say him already? Probably not. Dale, Matthew, Nick. There's 15 people in here, and I can't keep up with all of you. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. That's so awesome of all of you to do that. And I really, honestly, this is why I do this show. And I do it because, like I just said, I love the interactions with all of you. I love that I've been able to interview more than 100 different actors, authors, podcasters, and super fans. And I love that together, all of us, we've built a community of like-minded friends who all find this common connection in Star Wars, this positive, good, strong connection with all things Star Wars. And, it's not lost on me that I'm launching this newer, different version of Around the Galaxy at the same time as the 2-year anniversary of Star Wars Celebration. I was not able to be there with all of you, but, it did sort of spark a lot of positivity. And this has truly been one of the most rewarding parts of the show for me is that the hangout and getting to know all of you. Before I go too much further, though, I do want to put in here that when I'm done with my little spiel here, my little discussion, I want you guys to be able to join us in the chat. So, or live on the show. So I'm going to try to post up here the StreamYard link if you want to get into the show. So in a couple minutes, I'm going to just invite you all to join if you want. We talk about anything Star Wars. I'm going off script here, folks. That's the problem. But anyway, it's this community that's so important to me, and so much what I've really enjoyed about Around the Galaxy for the first couple of years. And the reality is I thought it would be just for me, and it's become for me because I've gotten to know all of you. The second thing is putting out a weekly podcast takes a lot of time and resources. Those of you that follow us who are podcasters and video live streamers, it takes a lot of time and effort to do. And let me be really, really clear first off and off the bat. There will never be a charge for the podcast version. We're never going to have a paid version of the podcast version of the show. You'll always be able to get that. I want to get back to basics and make the audio podcast version of the show as best as possible. But as I said before, I think that the content and the guests and the format of Around the Galaxy really lend itself to providing sort of a different form of value to the fans. And that's why I've developed a really unique Patreon system for Around the Galaxy. A few bucks a month really go a huge way, a very long way, to pay for the tools that I need to create an even better quality product. And now, one more thing here before I get into a little bit on the Patreon stuff. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but one last thing that I want to say, and I've actually tweeted about this a little bit recently. I believe that the YouTube model is broken, right? It's not lost on me that we're watching this now on YouTube, but the YouTube model is broken. It does not make money. It does not pay for its creators. The creators are making money for YouTube, and that's fine. But if you're depending on a monetized stream to support your channel, it's very rare that you're going to get to that level that it becomes worthwhile to focus on that. And, the reality is also that for every couple hundred live Star Wars shows or streams or monetized channels that are pumping out amazing content, half of you in this chat have your own podcasts. And there's so many great shows, but for every 100 of those, there's about a dozen really negative channels that have capitalized on this algorithm. And some of them are making like 6 figures by just sort of working the Google algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. And honestly, I don't really want to support that system anymore. I don't want to support the system that supports those that game the system. And so, yes, I'm going to use this platform, the YouTube platform, to deliver the Around the Galaxy content, but I'm not going to be putting ads on it. That's not the way it's going to work. I don't want to drive that algorithm anymore. As I said before, the podcast will never cost anything. But if you'd like to access things like live video interviews as they happen, guest meet and greets, the library of past video interviews, free swag, and more stuff, I'm asking you to check out the Patreon. I'm going to throw that out there. Tiers start at only $3 a month, and every level is going to get a benefit, and it's going to allow me to continue to deliver the quality that I hope you've come to expect from around the galaxy, the Star Wars Fan Talk Show. So remember, I've thrown up the link up there if you want to jump in on the show and have it and be a part and tell me we can talk about whatever you want tonight. There's no guest, you're the guest tonight. But before we get there, I do want to talk a little bit about the tiers. I'm sorry, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what we're trying to do with these tiers and what's going to make them a little bit different. So here they are. At the $3 level, for only $3 a month, I feel like I'm doing a PBS, a pledge drive for $3 a month. For the $3, the lowest possible level, you're getting the same exact access you have right now, the access you've always had to Around the Galaxy on YouTube. You're going to receive an exclusive link every time we record a new show, and that's almost always going to be on Tuesday nights. I'm going to continue to push that, but it is subject to the needs of my guests. And you'll be able to join us just like you have for the last few months. The chat will be open, and your comments are going to be seen. And when we can, we're going to incorporate them into the show like we've done. That's always been a lot of fun, and we want to continue that. At the $6 per month section, pledge segment, we're calling it the Season Pass. And you're going to get the link to the live recording of the shows. Plus, you're going to get access to all the content, including any Patreon exclusive articles or videos. And plus, I'll be loading up the older shows over time. And you'll get a surprise swag, little bonus gift about 3 times a year or more. At the $12 per month level, then we're calling it the VIP level, and you're going to get all that other stuff. Plus, you're going to be invited to send in questions ahead of time that could possibly be used on the shows with upcoming guests. So we're going to open that door for you. $15 is what we're calling all access, and this level is a little bit different, and it's a first for Around the Galaxy. In that, at this level, you're going to be able to stick around after our live recordings to have a meet and greet, a virtual meet and greet with our guests for that week. And now, a full disclaimer, not all guests are going to be down for that, but almost all guests will. And anybody who is, whenever it's possible, we're going to make that happen for our all access level patrons. Finally, the $25 level, we're calling it the benefactor level. And you're going to get all that stuff. Plus, you'll be able to have access to behind the scenes development. I'll share creative concepts, plans for the shows, more. You'll really be a part of the planning of the show. And, you'll get my direct email so that you can, we can stay in touch directly. Not that it's hard to get me on Twitter, to be honest. We've already had a handful of people become patrons today during the day as soon as this was announced, and that's really incredible to me. Thank you so much for being a part of that. There's one other thing that I want to say. If you are a patron of Beyond the Blast Doors and you want to support us, please don't cancel with them. If you have to choose between us or Beyond the Blast Doors, please stay with my brothers at Beyond the Blast Doors. However, I have created a special BTBD member option just for you. So if you're a BTBD member today, there's a $5 per month tier, and you'll be able to get all the way up to that $12 VIP access. That's going to be just for $5 a month. We call it BTBD Streamer Plus, and it's a way for me to thank all my friends who've supported us through Beyond the Blast Doors. So I've done a lot of talking. I did put the link up there. I'm going to put the link up there one more time. If you want to be a part of the show tonight, just to, we can talk about this. We can talk about anything happening in Star Wars. We can chat about whatever. It's coming in here. Wait, let me put the link in. Hold on. Paste, hit chat. There's the link right there. It should be in there if anybody wants to join us as a guest on the show. But speaking of guests on the show, let me bring up who's coming up. This is the first time in a while. I have 5 weeks already set up. So next week, season 2 kicks off with the lovely and talented Claire Stribling from Kessel Run Transmissions and Imperial Senate. If you're on Twitter, you know who she is. If you're on YouTube, you know who she is. If you watched the Banthaverse version of both episode 10 and solo 2, you know who she is. So she's going to join me next week. The week after that, I'm very lucky to have Kelly Knox. She's a writer from StarWars.com and Nerdist and IGN, and she also posts daily puns on Twitter. She's a lot of fun. May the 4th, the big Star Wars holiday, May the 4th, I have a special guest coming. He is a Star Wars author, And the only reason his name is not up there is because we still don't have our final okay from Lucasfilm. We're still working with them. We're 99% sure it's going to come through. I so much want to tell you who it's going to be, but I can't. I hate to do that to you. I'm not being a tease. I'm just trying to make sure that we're in a good spot to be able to share exactly who that is on May the 4th. We're going to celebrate May the 4th, though, with a really amazing guest. On May the 11th, Matt from Blue Bantha Milk is going to be with us. We may also have Sean from Blue Bantha, but we're not sure. He's got a new baby. Congratulations to you, Sean. On the 18th, we have Lou and Em from Girls with Sabers. So we have 5 weeks of great shows coming up, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew what was coming, what we had coming down the pike. Again, this is a sort of a short, quick show, an opportunity to have conversations with you. I've put the link up. I'm going to give you the opportunity to step in and say hello, ask questions, or just, geez, we can talk about anything. We can talk about Star Wars. We can talk about, I don't care. Let's see what we get. I have somebody who did dial in. Mr. Nick Milkey has decided to join us. Nick, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm so excited for that May the 4th tease that you gave us that I actually spilled beer on my desk as I was waiting to hear what you were going to tantalize us with.
Yeah, we unfortunately our insurance policy does not cover your keyboard, but
see this is what I get for supporting Around the Galaxy.
Exactly.
Beer-soaked keyboard.
So how what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on what's happening? And
I like what you're doing, and I know that we've had some conversations offline, especially about the YouTube model, the broken nature of, just what that is. And so I like that you're taking an opportunity to utilize the platform as a communications tool, but not contributing to that other negative side of, the way that tends to work. And you're right. There are so many amazing podcasts out there. There's so many wonderful creators.
Like Podcast of the Wills, for example, which I was a guest on this past week. No, but that was a good plug. I love it.
That was not a fish. But yes, if you didn't catch Pete 2 nights ago on Podcast of the Wills, go like, subscribe on YouTube. But that's just it. There's so many other Podcast of the Wills out there. There's so many other shows that are plugging along, doing our thing, happy to be doing so. But like you said, for every 100 or 200 of those, you've got the handful of the, spoils it for everybody else. So
yeah,
I'm proud for you to have found a way to kind of go in a different direction and still continue to follow your passion, continue to do what it is that we all tune in every week for. Awesome. Having that, community. That's what I say that word so much that if it was a drinking game, I'd be dead now, but that really is what this is. Yeah. It's a community that I look forward to connecting with. And again, we've all said it a lot more recently. I think the dream and hope to be able to show up in Anaheim next year and, hug all these necks and see all these people in person and go, here we are, we're all real. And we all, connected because of the work like what you do. It's a good thing. And I'm excited for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And it is this wonderful community. And like you said, I feel like I say that phrase a lot, and the support from everybody, for the show over the last 2 years has been great. And again, I'm just so excited that I've been able to get to know all of you. So thank you very much, Nick, for popping in, and thanks for being a part of the Around the Galaxy family, dude. Thank you so much.
Glad to be a part of it. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. All right. Let me bring in our next guest. Thank you so much. Looks like we have Fran. Fran, how are you?
I'm thank you. And you?
I'm good. Where are you calling us from?
From Chile.
From Chile. Holy cow. An international guest joining us here. How are you?
Fine. Very proud to be here.
Well, good. Well, we are so happy that you're a Star Wars fan and you're hanging out with us here on Around the Galaxy. Have you watched the show before?
Yes, especially the authors' interviews.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Because I'm gonna be an author myself.
Excellent. Well, we're so happy to see you, and thank you for popping in to say hello. And how do you say "May the Force be with you" in Chile? How do you guys say that?
Here we say that "Que la fuerza te acompañe."
It sounds so much better than when we say it. That's great. Well, Fran, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will
Anytime.
we'll be looking forward to seeing you again sometime.
Yes.
Thank you. See you.
See you.
Bye bye. That was awesome. Look, we're international. I knew we were because I know that we have Blue Bantha Milk hanging out with us quite regularly, all the way from Australia. And I know you have to say Australia and not Australia. I've been told that before by real life Australians. We have another guest who wants to jump in, Mr. Jackson the Leppy. Jackson from Force Connect. Hi, Jackson. It's nice of you to see you at this angle. We're used to seeing you from over the top. Actually, I don't know if it's
I
nice.
wasn't really prepared. I wasn't ready for this, but well, hold on a sec. Wait. No.
There we go. Look at that.
Hey,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a bad hair day, guys.
At least you have some. That's all.
Pete, congratulations on the new show and the new format. Everybody is very excited, and also obviously it's been great to get to know you over the past year. My drinking habit thanks you as well. The bartender, the shopkeep down the street is keeping his kids in private school thanks to
he sends me a check every Friday, which
thanks
is
to the scotch
which is
that's
nice.
been sold. But no, I'm really happy. Your show is fantastic. It's great quality. It's positive. But it's also, there's a difference between just being effusively positive and being realistic. And I think that's what you do is you do your best to maintain positivity. And sometimes you have to call a spade and tell the hard truth. And that's it's part of being in the fandom. And I agree with you about the algorithm. I'm glad that you're focusing on finding a new and different way. So
I think
as I said to Nick, as I said to Scott, please, Scotty, hand me my checkbook, please. Make a check with as many zeros as you can. Okay. And then.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate you swinging in, and that's it's really cool. And it's about content, and I think we forget that it's we do get hung up on some of the stuff, on some of the negativity, and it's hard to not to get sucked into it, right? Because we're so passionate about how we feel about this whole Star Wars thing. So, but thank you, man. And I will, you're not going to be able to keep me off of Force Connect. So I'm sure I'm going to be swinging by there.
Yes. Have a great night, Pete.
You too, man. See ya. Bye. That's so awesome. Good old Jackson the Leppy. I'm going to bring in Andrew Staley. Andrew, this is awesome because I've seen you in the chat. We've talked on Twitter, but I've never seen your face and speaking at the same time. How are you? Oh no, you're muted or something. Oops. Hold on. Oh, there you go. See, I cursed you by saying seeing you speak and hearing you at the same time. It wasn't going to work. How are you? Thank you so much for being one of our first patrons.
Yeah, I'm doing awesome, man. Half the reason, I just support you because I, started following you kind of right when you started, and I just really enjoy the shows. It's insightful. It brings a lot of great conversation, and especially if there's somebody you're not necessarily familiar with, it really to their universe, and I really like that.
It's great, man. That's it's one of the things that I try to do is, and it's good to hear that it's something you enjoy, is try to find there are people who you've heard of, and there's people you've never heard of, and one of the goals of the show is always to kind of make it feel like you're kind of watching two people who get to know each other over Star Wars at that moment. And so if I can share that moment with other people, I think that's really awesome. So, and you've been with us along the way, and holy cow, look at that collection behind you. That's amazing.
That's my action figure wall in my Star Wars room here.
Wow. That's amazing. What's your favorite one on the wall there? What's your favorite?
Boy, that's hard to choose. I've craft ones from Celebration in Chicago. But man, it's really hard to choose. I think I have the one I have that's really special is I have the Luke Skywalker 40th anniversary. That was the Celebration exclusive.
Oh wow!
Right, if I can get him in the
it's hard to move the phone to the right there. There it is. Oh wow!
and that was the exclusive in Orlando 2017, and just got lucky to get one because they had a bunch of them, and so that one's kind of special.
That's awesome. Well, sir, thank you so much for being a not just a patron, but also somebody who's been around and watching the show and being a great friend on Twitter and keeping those positive vibes going. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for checking in, and we'll see you on the streams, man.
Definitely. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome, because I've seen Andrew on Twitter. I've seen him in the chats, and this is the first time I got a chance to talk to him. So that's really great. Got a couple more people that are swinging by to say hello. We have Chris Ryans, who is a recent guest on Around the Galaxy. How are you doing, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing extremely well. Thank you very much. Thank you. So how's things by you? I see you got some. I checked out the recent. Your quick thing, the comic
quick shot.
Quick shot. Thank you, man. I'm not a very good sponsor reader, but you know what I'm saying. But I checked that out. I love that sort of thing. How's the Broaxium vibe going these days?
Good. Really good. You know, one of the things, like thanks to Matt and Sean at Blue Bantha Milk, we've gotten to get to know a lot more Star Wars YouTubers, like, you know, the good positive ones, and you included. And
thanks, man.
And it really it really feels good to be a part of this community, man. And you know, we're just happy to be able to work with you guys and do these different things. I'm on stream right now because Dan and I are about to record our intro for tomorrow's quick shot, but I wanted to pop in and you know, just say hey and show my support and my love for everything going on.
That's awesome, dude. Well, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to. I don't think we could talk about it yet, but I'm going to be working with you on something for Broaxium, and I'm excited about that. And as soon as you're ready to tell people, I'll be ready to tell people about it as well.
Probably like it starts in May, so 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, and we'll start trickling some things out.
Cool. We'll watch this space, and we'll be able to. You'll get me and Chris together, and you'll get the Broaxium crew. So awesome, man. Well, thank you for swinging in. I appreciate it. Good luck with the show tonight.
Thanks.
See ya.
See you guys.
Bye. All right, we have a couple more. We have Jared the Dark Jedi coming in, and in the dark lighting on top of everything else.
Yeah. I was outside helping my dad grill steaks, and then I was like, well, I don't have time to run into the studio, so I'm just on the front porch. I just wanted to pop in and say congratulations, man. This is awesome.
Thanks.
I'm so happy and excited for you. Like,
I was excited to see you come up as a patron this afternoon. That was very cool of you to do, and I appreciate it. I love the Nerd Academy and Knights of the Nerd Republic, and you guys just you guys do some awesome stuff as well. And you know, that's kind of the thing too. You know, we were saying that I'm you know, me and the Beyond the Blasters Network guys are going to hang out still, but it's this great sort of community of people, which actually feels like it's growing. It feels like more and more of us are getting involved with each other's shows, because honestly, it makes sense. We all, you know, if you have the same vibe, you might as well all kind of be together and share some of that content. And you guys are great with that as well. So it's so cool of you to stop by too, man. I really appreciate it.
I'm just so happy for you. Everything is just so exciting. Just congratulations. This is cool as hell. I got so giddy when I saw the lineup, and I saw that Matt and Luthien and Emrys are going to be on soon.
Yes.
All the best people.
We're going to have some fun times. And again, it's like, what I love too is that community. We bring some of this community of the people who we all kind of get to know on Twitter or wherever, and to be able to bring that together and get us all on the same show, which is a lot of fun. So, hey, and congrats on that new tattoo, man. I don't care what the haters say. I think it's awesome.
Thank you. I quite enjoy it myself. It still feels like a nasty sunburn.
I'm sure it's awful, but
it's well worth it.
It looks great.
Thank you very much.
It looks great, dude. All right, man. Well, I'll let you go enjoy those steaks, and we will talk again soon.
Later.
All right, we got one more, and it is a really good friend of mine who I've made through the network, and I'm excited to see him join in, stop by, Mr. Scotty J-Ro. Scotty, how are you,
live chat and Pete. What's going on?
What's going on, dude? How are you?
Dude, you know, I'm doing great. I'm happy to see you succeed and do your thing, man. It makes me happy. And, you know, I want to speak on behalf of the boys at the network. I'm sure they wouldn't mind me saying it, but we are proud of anything that you do and anything that you accomplish. And I guess it's part of the network. You don't have to be directly involved for us to be able to see that you're doing great things. Same with everyone else in the chat that likes to do stuff. I mean, that's just part of it.
It's true. I mean, one of the themes that seem to naturally happen here is that it's there's so many great podcasters out there, so many great shows. There's just so many great people that have a great perspective, and it's great to be able to share all that with all of you. And I said at the top of the show, I don't know if you were in yet or not, but you know, this past year of building the network with you and Jerry and David and Josh and Andy, it was so important to me, dealing with a year that nobody knows how to deal with, right? And
oh, dude,
and the friendships are much more important than any of the collaborations we did, but the collaborations were pretty damn good. They were a lot of fun. So
heck yeah. And you know, that's the thing. It's not like those things are going to go away. For anyone that's genuinely concerned, if you'll see him and I together on screen, and Pete and I have been talking back and forth for the past couple of days, and more than likely you'll see a lot of us on screen together. It's not going to be any different. He's still one of my best friends, so that's how it is.
Absolutely, man, and that's what's that's really important. That this doesn't affect the Beyond the Blast Doors network at all. You guys still have your shows. It's just 4 nights a week now instead of 5, but that's okay. And you know, Bombad is still one of the shows that I can't miss every week. It's like NASCAR, man. I don't know what I'm gonna see. I don't know what I'm watching. But I'm waiting for the wreck. Exactly. Yes.
Something might happen in this live stream, and we never know.
You just never.
I'm on the screen. It's a problem.
I'm surprised Paul Stanley didn't come in to.
Hey, it was last week. He said some things that might have gotten him in a little bit of trouble with the fiance. So we're just gonna keep that over here with ourselves. But no, Pete. In all honesty, man. Happy to see you doing your own thing, and you know, more than likely, you'll see us back together. It's not gonna stop.
Can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm, you know, we're a year and a half, less than a year and a half away from Celebration 2022. We're all gonna. Hopefully, a lot of us will be there. I know you're gonna be there, and it's gonna be. Bringing the Twitter account, the Twitter timeline to life is going to be insane. So
oh
I'm
my
really
God.
looking forward to that.
Well,
but,
Pete, congrats, man. I love you. I will talk to you soon. Always
talk to you too.
Everyone in the chat. I mean, come on.
Look,
a round of applause, people.
Full house in there. I love it. We got all of our favorite people are there. So that's
the crew.
Awesome.
Bye, Pete.
Well, Jerry. It's Scotty. Why did I call you Jerry? I can't believe I did that. Scotty, stay Bombad. Stay Bombad. All right. Well, I think that's probably going to do it. Probably gonna wrap it up. Just a real quick kind of connection. Remember, if you're interested and curious about the what we're doing and how we're making things available, again, the podcast will always be free wherever you find podcasts. You'll always be able to get to Around the Galaxy. And with the Patreon, you're going to be able to access, you're going to be able to join our chats live when we have guests. We'll always be doing some fun stuff. And you know what? Honestly, stay up to date with us at ATG Cast on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, because we will inevitably be doing some of these wide open shows like this, where even if you're not a member, we want to bring in, we want to make you feel, I want to connect with all of you at all times. And so if you can be a patron, even if you don't take advantage of everything, that lowest possible tier makes a big difference. But again, I put content, I put the community ahead of everything else. And so hopefully you'll be able to join. And if you can't, totally cool. Let's stay friends. Let's stay friends on Twitter. Let's stay connected. And like I said, inevitably there will be the off time where we'll do a show for no good reason at all and just all hang out in the chat. So thank you to all of you who joined us tonight. I know it's not a regular show and it's a Tuesday night. It's a school night. So have a great evening. Thank you for joining us, and we will talk again soon. Thank you very much.